Where's Evan?
I don't know.
He's not home.
Huh?
He's not home. Were you home or just got back from somewhere?
Oh.
I don't see him this morning. How are you doing? Having lunch? Not lunch, it's snack time. Today, I'm having a project. Mm. Remember last week when my daughter went to Fresno and she brought back all those fresh vegetables and herbs from California. Yeah. What was she trying to do is to, excuse me please, to have a project for me. Hold on please. Sorry. Let me situate. Anyway, so we Cambodian, so we we do things in a strange way. It's all good, dog. I mean, we cook differently. We speak differently. We also live differently. So what I'm trying to say today is that I'm going to be making the Cambodian paste. This paste is for soup, for stir fry, for hot stir fry. So it's gonna be a whole bunch. So here are the ingredients. I have garlic, this sweet chili here, and the kaffir leaves. The kaffir leaves I have in the backyard, but these here I try to grow them, but thus far I'm not very successful. Okay, so when my daughter went to California, and I kid you not, so she brought this many, okay, so probably about 10-15 pounds worth of it. So I trim and wash, and I start earlier. I minced this. So that's what I'll be doing today. So when I'm done with this, I probably have about 2 of this big bowl. And I'm going to get the galangal. So I'll get the garlic, the kaffir leaves, the lemongrass, the chili peppers. But my mom said do not put chili peppers because she can't handle it. So I'm going to leave the chili pepper out. But when I cook it, I'll add it in fresh peppers. So the galangal, I can't find a fresh one, so yesterday I went and got the frozen one. It's okay. So I bought a whole bunch also. So this is like, oh, can you give this to the rabbit, please? Brendan. It's not hearing me. So that's what I'll be doing today, okay? So I'm down to my sarong. Be comfortable in my Buddha pose. Snacking on my fruits, a bowl of fruits. I have peach. The Saturn peach, the round one. Mango. Melons. Apples. So I have 3 kinds of fruit in my bowl. Peach, apple, mangoes, and melon. Tayon, what are you cooking? Are you making your protein? So to do this, we need extremely thin knife. Yeah. Extremely thin. You cannot use chopping knife, you cannot use steak knife. It gotta be this precise thinness. Well, this is the sharp size here. This is the back of the knife.
Grandma, it's gonna be loud.
Hmm?
Loud. It's gonna be loud.
Loud?
Yes.
Okay, excuse us then. Go ahead. Sorry, he's gonna use Thank Oh, I'm down on the floor. I have to be comfortable. 'Cause when I'm down the floor here, I have more force on my arms because these plants here are full of fibers. They are hard. They're not easy as you think. It's not easy like chopping the garlic nor cucumbers. Okay, these are very hard fibers. What I found best is to strip them layer by layer because lemongrass has layers. I can do the whole plant. I'm fine with that. What I did earlier, I strip them this way. It's easier. It's more easier to handle. So what I did, I just combine them. So I mean, who do this kind of work? The Cambodian, Thai, the Laotians, and of course probably Vietnamese also. But Vietnamese, they cook they're a little different than ours. The food are quite different than ours. You know, there's a few things, a lot of Cambodian food that are not consumed by Vietnamese, but the Cambodian consume a lot of Vietnamese food. And so this knife here is pretty sharp and very thin. You gotta have thin knife in order to do this. Okay, so I have a long way to go because I have so many to get done. So the goal is to slice this until like it's very thin. Yeah. And then when I'm done with this, I'm gonna be blending it and combine all the ingredients, which are the garlic, the galangals, the tumeric, kaffir leaves, and all that. Yeah. So why do I do so many? Because Las Vegas is not a it's not a farming community. So to get this many, my daughter have to drive 500 miles to California, probably 600 miles, even depending on the city. So then what we do, we'll just buy plenty and then spend a day or two making the paste that we need for cooking. Because the lemongrass in this city is very, very expensive. I'm talking about this much is like $3. But in California, this much is for $2. $4. Well, you said, well, you know, you're driving the gas and all time. It's true, but my daughter can buy it on her trip to see the family. So every time when she visit the family, or when the family visited us here, we just bought a whole bunch for us, or bought a whole bunch. And why do I do so much? Because it's going to be about a year supply worth of my paste here. No, because and then I will send it to my kids in the cold state, like East Coast, where they would appreciate, because when the paste is done, they can come home and then can make their dinner. If they want a stir fry, or if they want hot meals, or they want Cambodian food with the paste, they can just take it from the freezer and the meal is done. If not, then you have to chop it like this, have to grind it. And sometimes they will say, Mom, I don't know how to make the sauce, the paste that you make. We try many times, but still don't come out right. I always recommend for them to put a lot of pepper in it. That's bad here. I don't have peppers. I don't put in pepper today. If I get it done today, it is not. I'll mix it tomorrow because I have a lot of chopping to do here. Dicing. And this knife here is very sharp. I'm not playing around with it. Okay, I'm not even trying to deal it. You know, it's pretty sharp because this right here is not easy to dice. So the knife have to be extremely sharp to do this. Right? I mean, if not, then I won't be able to fast paste it. I did some of it earlier today, in between my other chores. So I saved this pot here for the soup. I'll rewash it and put it in the freezer. And this here, the whole stem, I can do the same thing. Okay. But for some reason, it's a lot easier to handle when I split it. I'm not sure why. Maybe because it's better that way. Yeah. So these are the layer of lemongrass. This is like onions where it has different layers. And so lemongrass, it smells so, the aromas itself, I mean, we make tea out of this. And if you have not tried lemongrass tea, try it. You can do it fresh or hydrated. And that's why you smell that Asian food smells so awesome because of lemongrass. The Vietnamese consume them also. They put them in their style of soups. But I think Cambodian and the Thai people consume more lemongrass than any nation. I have friends that grow lemongrass for commercial. I mean, for the market, they make millions. I mean, not millions. They make hundreds of thousands. There's a year where demand, the high demand, low supply, high demand. That one farmer, he made hundreds of thousands, and it got expensive that year. And then now people start growing more because the year where people start growing so much, and then the market is so low, and then they stop growing them. When a lot of farmers stop growing them, then it's low demand. Low supply, high demand, and you know how that goes. Either equilibrium. Low supply, high demand, and of course, the price gonna go high. So what I did with these is that I would make the paste and freeze it and send it to the kids, East Coast. They have access to this too, but for them, making these is always like, it's not anybody's favorite. To do this part is where they don't like this chopping, this dicing here, because it takes a lot of time. I mean, my mom used to do this, but my mom she went to harvest the kaffir leaves. She almost stripped the whole tree. I told her to go easy, to kill my tree again. You know. And but it's great that she helped. Normally my mom would help me. Now that she's not able to help me anymore, so everything, some of this stuff, I can root it and grow in the backyard, but it's not growing very well. I don't know why the lemongrass not doing well in Las Vegas. I don't know what kind of, I mean, the temperature is not, it's not too different in California. California hit 110, 115 also, you know. I mean, I don't know what driven. I couldn't keep the lemongrass alive too long here. So that's why that's why the supply is low and demand is high. And the Cambodian people, they use this for cooking, almost in every cooking. The soup, the stir fry, the hot the hot meat. They put lemongrass in everything, just like we using what you call it, cheese for everything. So I yeah, it's gonna take me a long time to finish this, and then the other ingredient, I don't have helper today. The little kid won't know how to do this. Yesterday they helped great grandma peel the garlic already, so I had about 3 pounds of garlics. So now you see that how the paste, the stir fry paste, the soup paste, curry paste I'm making. I mean, I think they have invented lemongrass machine already, you know, just go automatically. But I got to order one for the next project. It will go quicker. But traditionally, this is how we do it. Normally, I have my daughter here visiting, and they want these, then they help, and they get to take home with them. But this summer, they're not here. But they see me online doing this, and I don't send them some. They be calling me and said, okay, girlfriend, send us some of your paste. My son, he's a good cook, and he loves cook stuff, spicy food. So that's why a lot of people ask, what's the difference between the Asian spicy food and the American spicy food? So spicy food in Cambodian cultures is these. Okay, I mean, these are like the core value of the spiciness. With this, the lemongrass itself is not spicy, but the ideas of adding other ingredients is what causes it to be spicy. Okay. And this lemongrass, they're old lemongrass, so it's harder to even deal with. And the new lemongrass typically easy to handle. The fiber is not too strong, but the young lemongrass, they don't cut it. They're gonna wait until lemongrass got older for them, because there's more values. It's heavier, because young lemongrass is about that big, and then the mature lemongrass is a lot bigger. I peeled about 2 layers off already, 2 or 3 layers off, so it was a lot bigger than that. When the girls are here, it's a lot of fun because it helps go quicker. It's not fun when I don't get help. Last year, I made about the same amount last year, and because of my cooking show, I used most of the paste. I used the paste a lot quicker. So this right here, I will be using in my cooking show too, because a lot of recipe that I've been making with you will need these kind of paste that I'm going to be making. So when I'm done with this, I'm going to freeze it, and when I need to cook something, I just bring it out and I just cook with you. If I don't have this, then this is what I'll be doing. Be chopping and spend a lot more time. But if I get this done already, all I do is just prepare the meat and start cooking. I know the Cambodian people would know what these are, but I'm just trying to help you understand the Cambodian way of cooking. And you used to see easy way, just toss and turn, and you have a meal. But behind the toss and turn, these are the real work here. And so much work to put onto this to get the toss and turn and spicy food. And it requires a lot of work. And then for the curry paste also, you know, they use the same ingredients here, save for that they add the curry leaves to it. I have a plan of it. I used this knife for a while. I think it's about to give in. I mean, give up on me. So I have two of them. So this knife here for this purpose only. Because other knife won't do it. It have to be super thin knife like this. And it's comfortable down here. I can't do it on the table because I need a like very strong force to work these, to chop this right here. We need muscle. Even the knife is good, but you know, you still need a lot of. It still needs some energy. That's why my right hand is bigger than my left hand, because my left hand is almost useless, just to help balance, but my right hand does all the work. Yeah, that's why I always rewarded my right hand with the beautiful rings, because left hand have the ring all the time, but right hand I don't have the ring. So I mean, I do wear ring for the right hand just to appreciate the right hand and wear ring when I'm not cooking. I mean, without the left hand, we can't do anything neither. So both hands are equally important, but the right hand does more work. Just like, see that? We got a handful. There you go. That's how it works. I know. This will be like the hardest part in the paste making, the hot paste making, because dicing this lemongrass is not everybody's favorite. It's not mine neither. But if I don't do this, then the lemongrass would go bad. Well, if it grow, but it won't grow here, so it's gonna be waste of money, and then it'll be waste of lemongrass too. Because I wouldn't be able to get this kind of lemongrass that this fresh. The one that they have, the store over here, they're old and yellow. I have a few that I have from the last purchase. So I have to do this while it's fresh, so that way when I'm ready to mix my paste, it's gonna be fresh and the aroma of it would be better. I gotta teach my granddaughter to do this so she can help me. But she went to the shop with her mom today. I wear this because if I don't have reinforcement in my hand, I get blistered. So with this glove, it helped me. I wear 2 gloves because I rub myself on this part of the knife here, and that can cause erosion on my skin. Handful. So this is about a cup here, and this is what I normally use for my cooking. It's about a cup worth of lemongrass. People in Cambodia or Thailand, they don't do this. When I went to Thailand, my aunt does not do this. They just buy it from the grocery store, the premix. When I visited her, I said, "Where are your lemongrass?" Typically, the Khmer people house will have lemongrass, like front yard, backyard. It's like they're, you can tell it's Asian home, because they have the lemongrass or banana plant or lemongrass. You can tell that Asian live there. But when I went to Thailand, I was cooking and looking for lemongrass. I said, "Auntie, where are your lemongrass?" She said, "Oh, we don't have them. We don't grow them." I said, "Well, then who grow them?" I said, "The market." I said, "Oh well, okay." Right. Funny, Asian home don't have lemongrass. But my other auntie, she had big backyard, so she grew the galangal and the tumeric, lemongrass, and the kaffir leaves. So she had she has everything. So she make money out of it too because the retailer would come and pick it, clean it, and pay for it. She does not have to harvest it. So that was neat. And you know what else neat in Thailand? Like all the recycle items, you don't have to take down to the recycle center. The recycle man will come with the big truck, and it's not like a city. It's not like a city recycle program where you don't get money for. But in Thailand, you get paid for recycling. The private company will come and collect the recyclable item and pay. It's pretty neat, right? In Thailand, there's a lot of things that Thai people do that make sense. American, we have recyclable program here too, but then it's free for the city. And if you put into the recyclable bin. In California, they have recyclable program where you have to take it down to the recycle center, and you make money out of your recyclable item, boxes, bottles, plastic, whatever is recyclable. Because California has tax on water and soft drink, and that's why the bottle have to be recycled, and they call bought back program. But here in Las Vegas, there's no tax on soda or liquid drink, soda or water. I think that's why there's no recyclable program here. But the government pick up the recycling, but they don't pay you. There's no private. I don't think there's a private here. I'm not sure, but I don't see anybody collect can here like in California. in California, people make extra money by picking up cans and resell them because can is about $2 per pound, and then a plastic bottle is about $1.75 a pound. You know, I mean, if you're a serious collector, you can make money. You just go to the park, a lot of time a park and dumpster, and collect them. And then people in California don't really throw out their recyclable item because they collect them and sell them also. Hear that? You hear that sharp knife? It just one penetration, it cut through all of these fibers. So that's kind of knife that you want to keep around the house. But watch for your finger though. Once it landed your finger, that's it. You will have no more finger. That's why I'm keeping my hand, even though you can see, I'm keeping my finger, this one right here, at the edge of this here, just so that I will not miss a turn and cut myself. So it controls the size of the dicing. It controls the knife from piercing me. So that's why I'm doing a close relationship here, where the knife and the hand have to work together to control the size of the cut. Excuse me. Hey, you close the door for me when you open this. Doing laundry. I've been closing the door twice already. Yeah, Khmer women are sufficient, and that's why we wear sarong. Typically, when I wear sarong, I won't have this gym pant here, but because I'll be sitting on the floor here, I got fancy. But typically, when I'm not doing anything, I wear sarong at home too, because sarong is like Cambodian woman daily attire. I think I told you guys about, I think I told the former audience about my experience in Cambodia, right? Because, so Cambodian women are now influenced by the Vietnamese outfit. The Vietnamese outfits are two pieces, like pajamas. You know, you see people wearing two pieces of clothes, it's not the pajamas, that was just their outfit. Okay? For us, it looked like pajamas. But for them, it is, some of them are pajamas, but then the Vietnamese, they wear the clothes two pieces, top and bottom pant. It looked like pajamas, but believe me, it's not pajamas. But then I saw them wear pajamas also. So they can't tell whether it's a day clothes or pajamas. So I have issue when I was in Cambodia. When I was in Thailand, people look at me, but they did not make comment because a lot of women in Thailand wear sarong still. You know, I mean, all the elderly, all the older ladies still wearing sarong, but not so much of the young people. Young people now, they're wearing pants and denims and stuff like that. But for the old ladies, older generation, they're still wearing sarong. So when I wear sarong in Thailand, no one look at me, no one staring at me, no one questioning me why. But when I went to Cambodia, I have issue there. Okay, so I didn't have issue when I was wearing at home. It was okay to wear at home. But when I go to the market or go to the establishment, they say, "Can you please change pants? You're wearing sarong." I said, "What's wrong with the sarong?" "Well, we don't wear sarong here out in public." What? You know me, when people challenge me, I just want to do more. I just want to do more damage when people telling me no. You know, I don't want no for answer. I want to know why is that sarong is not permitted in Cambodia when Cambodian women wear sarong all their life. I think I've been away from Cambodia since 1970. 74. So it's been what, 70 years? No, not 70 years yet. Hold on. 50 years, I think. So when I returned, I returned there several times already, but I never gotten to fancy wearing sarong with my family present. In fact, it's my first time visiting with my family. I went to Cambodia 2 times. I didn't visit with my family because it gets expensive. You know, visiting my family, I have to have money to give. Otherwise, they're expecting gift of cash. So, just like I went this time, last year, I spent a lot of cash in feeding, and you know what, I didn't give them too much because I told them that I spent all the money in Thailand building the stupa and the Buddhist gathering. I said, I spent all the money, I only got a little bit left, so I give them a little bit, not too much. But I gave some to my aunt because I know that she needed, because she was dying anyway, you know. So the story to me wearing sarong was no issue until my mom got sick and need to be admitted to the emergency room. In the emergency room. Well, there's a story to that. So I was wearing sarong. It was hot. It was too hot for me. Though I live in a hot state, but man, in Cambodia it was a lot hotter. You know, I got old overnight. I mean, my wrinkle was very prominent. Even I drink water, I sweat 24/7. I sweat during eating, sweat while driving, sweat while sitting. It was sweating like non-stop. And you look at the people, they're normal. You know, they live there. They get acclimated to the climate. So no one was sweating, save for me. And no matter how much water I drank, you know, it's still I deplete my bodily liquid more than I intake. So when I do the close-up on my photo, I look like, dang, what happened to me? I got so old in Cambodia. You know, when I smile, like you see like 30 lines going, and I'm like, And when I go places with my family, I was soaked sweat. And I look at my family, they're fine. No one was sweating save for me. So that's why I said Cambodian is not welcoming no more. In Thailand, same way. I sweat like pig in Thailand because Thailand and Cambodia, they have the same element. And then my uncle house doesn't have air conditioning, only fan. And yeah, it just like fan the hot air back and forth, and keep the mosquito away. That was all. There was no coolness. And I didn't stay in a hotel because, you know, people would judge if I stay in the hotel. You know, they said, oh well, okay, so she's from America, so she's not like us no more. You know, she's like all stuck up and chained. You know, she forgotten her footprint, and I hear all that shit. So I stayed with them the whole month in sweats. Yeah, they'll be criticizing if I stay in the hotel. You know, they did that to my brother when my brother took his girlfriend to visit them. They said, oh yeah, when your brother was here, he didn't even stay with us. He went to the fancy place. And like, where? Like, 10 miles away, because my uncle village is very undeveloped. There was no hotel, only monastery and old graveyards full of rice field and cassava field with nothing there. One barber shops. But everybody have they have the farm. They have everything they need. So you're not worried with anything. So my aunt, she had everything. She has vegetation, fruits, herbs. She's good. So I slept with 2 fans on, you know, one on the left, one on the right. I'm like, still sweat. So I've been in Cambodia the same way. And then because monsoon comes so often and the electricity is always out, always black out. There's no internet, no phone, no air conditioner, and then lucky if we have gas for cooking. Sometimes you have to burn charcoal or firewood for cooking. So that brought me back to childhood, you know, where none of that was, we didn't have any of that, we did fine. But now it's different, you know, when you live here in America, you got spoiled. Shitty, you know, we do here, we cannot survive in another country. And I got it, you know, I mean, so my family in Cambodia, they didn't let me cook. They cooked for me. Well, in Thailand, my aunt, same way, she cooked for me every day, my cousin too. And they take turn cooking. But I cook for them too. I cook the food that they never had before. They're all watching, said, ooh, what is that? Because they're not familiar with the Cambodian food. Though my uncle is Cambodian, but my uncle does not speak Cambodian anymore. We left Cambodia the same year, but my uncles decided to stay in Thailand and become citizenship because my grandparents are Thai. So all they do is just naturalize the kids. So we went to Cambodia. We struggled because my uncle don't speak Cambodian, but he got a little better. He went back a few times, and so you have to learn Cambodian. But mind me, my uncle was a Buddhist monk, and he went to a higher form of Khmer study, the Balai. And compared to me, I never been to school in Cambodia. I self-taught myself how to read and write Cambodian. And then when he saw me speaking Cambodian and speaking Thai, he would look at me like, how do you remember all the languages? I mean, I'm older than you, and I'm educated higher than you in Cambodia, and I can't even remember. You know, I told him that I practice my language. I work as interpreter. I work in a community. Well, you speak 4 or 5 languages. How you do that? I said, hey, I have to survive. I have to make a living. Same way, when you came to Thailand, you didn't speak Thai. You learned how to speak Thai, but you've forgotten your own language, the language you were born in. And for me, I struggle in America. I have to learn the new language and kept the old language and use that as my way of living. You know, I live off my language skill as interpreter. That's my work. You know, I don't till the earth and grow farms anymore. I don't have farms anymore. I lost all that when we left Cambodia. You know, nothing left for us. So even I had to go back, I don't have any more land. The land that my aunt received as a gift from my grandparents, they all built houses now. All the children had part of it. So my mom didn't have any part of the land. My aunt is gone now. So the children are fighting over the land. So I'm like, okay, you guys can keep them. I don't want any part of the land here. You can keep them. No. Because that part of the land was wedding gift from my grandmother when my aunt got married. So when the Khmer were taken over, they returned home, so they claimed back the land. We left the country, so we lost the land. We lost everything that we owned. but sad though, because my family went driving on the same avenue where the place I was born, and next time when I visit Cambodia, I want to visit that little village I was born in. They told me that the tree all cut down, the school they demolished already. So, but my aunt, my cousin still remember exactly where grandfather's house used to be. You know, the house is no longer there. Someone owned the house, owned the land now, but she still remembered where the house used to be. And I would visit the river that I got drowned a few times in. And if I return to the village where my uncle's house and my grandfather's house is, I can probably walk right into where my house used to be, because it's like a straight line from my grandfather's house on the top of the riverbank. You know, that I live by the riverbank, but I can't swim. Strange. Yeah. I used to swim and I got drowned too many times. Escaping the communists, I got drowned badly, so that's it. I'm done swimming. That's why the last couple of days my daughter said, "Mom, let's go to Mandalay. Let's go to MGM and swim." She got her room, complimentary room. In order to have access to the swimming pool, they have to have a room. So, well, my daughter, she worked with MGM, so I think she got access to it. So the last 2 days, they've been swimming. And the little baby girl, she said, "Grandma, can you please go to swim with us? We really want you to come with us." If I go, I won't be swimming though. Sometimes if I go with them, my daughter knows that I don't swim. She would give me $100 and then go, "Mom, go play a slot machine." And a lot of times I got lucky, because I don't gamble a lot here. Only when my family is here and they wanted to visit the casino, because Las Vegas, if you know Las Vegas is it's a city that's full of casino, full of slot machine. It's a gambling nation here. Okay, if you live here, if you're addicted to gambling, you won't have a place to live. You will lose all the money, because if you get caught in gambling habit and compulsive gambling habit, you're not going to make it here. Okay, so for me, we don't make it a habit. My son-in-law, he never visit casino. The only time he visit casino is when we take him out to eat, or when he's drinking with his friends, or when his friends and family are here, then he'll go get a plate or cocktails. His wife, she may enjoy herself with her friends. Sometimes she take me out on a lady night, and she'll give me $100, and sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't, but very rare, maybe once in every few months. But sometimes this year, I think I've been to a casino once, just a few weeks ago. It's been 6-7 months. So people ask me, how is it like to live over here? It's no different, But if you like to gamble, then the chance that the winning chance is I think the winning chance here is about 0.0001%. Okay, so that's how slim it is. So, and if you're smart about it, just don't gamble for a living. Those people gamble for a living. I don't know how, but as a card dealers, I think that's a card dealer is different than gambling for a living. And because card dealers, they're not allowed to gamble in the casino. They have to go somewhere else to gamble. So they have a policy. My son-in-law, he lives in East Coast. He's a card dealer, so they have regulation where he cannot gamble. If you want to gamble, you have to go to Atlanta City to gamble somewhere. It's not affiliated with their company. So Las Vegas, if you have not visited, you should. It's fun, especially the Spears. You know, that big balls. Yeah, I have not been inside yet. It's supposed to be auditorium where the theater, the movies, and game entertainment stages and stuff. I haven't been there yet. I haven't been to the stadium neither. I haven't been to what do you call it? The Allegiant Stadium neither. Because I'm not a sport person. I don't care about watching sport. I don't watch sport on TV. I used to play sport when I was in high school. So other than that, sport had no meaning to me. You know, I mean, my grandson, he's in sport. He's in soccer, so he's out practicing almost every day. And there's time where I would drive him, you know, to his practice. It's time that I drive the kid to Muay Thai, and I stay for the whole session. You know, when they have games, when they have tournaments, I try to make it, you know, to support my grandkids. But sport for me, I'm okay. I pass. I don't understand the whole concept, but I see my kids, you know, they the one in East Coast, they're Eagle fan, and on this side they are 49er fan, what have you, and I see how they interact when they lose, one team lose, you know, and the other team win, and it's like sibling revival, you know, where war between the family when one of the team win or lose. That's why I don't like to even watching sport, because I see how people behave when one team lose and the other win. You know, I mean, the winning team be dancing and drinking and cheer, and when the losing team, like, oh, you know, they drink too, but then they don't cheer. And that's why I said only human does this to themselves. That's why I feel bad for the losing team. You know, I don't have a team. I don't pick a team. Here, the Allegiant Stadiums is the Raiders stadiums. I have not attended games. I have not watched the game. And then the night games are the hockey games, a hockey team here that my kids, that's my kid home team, the Las Vegas Night. And one thing I learned about American people, or any ethnic race that watch sports and have a team that they pick, they can become savage. They beat each other, they fight each other when things don't go right, you know. But in Europe, I think they're more into soccer. I think Japan in soccer and football also. And here in America, we have it all. We have football, we have baseball, we have football, we have soccer ball, we have tennis. I mean, I think American have the most sport activities going on. I'm not sure, I'm just saying because I'm here in America. I see more here in America, so I could be wrong. But in Cambodia, the major sport would be the boxing and soccer. I think in Thailand also. There's no football in Asia. Now I think they do have football because the American will bring it to them. They introduce to them. Just like there's no 7-Eleven in Cambodia before. Now they have 7-Eleven. They have Quick Stop in Thailand also. Before there was no chip. There was no candy stall for kids. Now they have those things, and children know where to get those things. I have those experience with my great grand nephews. He was about 3. His name is Frank. Born out of my cousin daughter. So it would be my second cousin. So Frank would be my third cousin. A little cute guy, very smart, you know, so because his mom liked to go places. She was pregnant with a twin when I visited her in Thailand, so she was like in her late semester. She was big, and Frank's attached to his mom, and his mom liked to go places with me because she didn't get to do that because she lived out in a secluded area in Thailand, in that little village. So to get to the market, they have to ride in a car and take about 25 minutes to get to the market, just the community market. As you get to, and it's about an hour drive to get to the city, where you can get all the things you need. But there's a community market where you can get food and some essentials. So in Thailand, there's in a rural area where the law is not reinforced on the child car seat and all that. So Frank used to ride inside the truck. My uncle has a truck. So people want to go where I go because they get treated, you know. I mean, I'll make sure that I treat them good with food and snack here and there. So while we were riding, and all of a sudden Frankie said, 7. Said 7. He keep repeating 7, 7, pounding 7, 7, 7. So I look around and said, what is 7? So my cousin told me, oh, auntie, auntie, because her mom is my cousin. Auntie, 7 is 7-Eleven. So what Frank knew about 7-Eleven? Well, he wanted to go to 7-Eleven and get goodies. There's certain thing that Frank can get from 7-Eleven. So my other cousin was driving. My other second cousin was driving. My uncle's daughter. So she drove past 7-Eleven, and Frankie didn't give in. He was like, give his worst contanker. Now he got his mom with this twin, and Frankie was like pounding on her and was slapping her, and he was screaming because he wanted to go to 7-Eleven to get his goodie, and my other cousin said, we'll come back, okay, Frankie, we'll come back, we'll go to 7-Eleven on our way back home. But no, Frank wanted to go now. He threw the biggest fist. He was doing that for about 30 minutes. All of a sudden I heard, thump. And I turned around. I said, what did you just do to the kid? She was like, hit him so hard, tried to get him to stop. But he didn't stop. Nope. He cried even harder. So I said, stop doing that. Don't do that to him. So I said, okay, where is the next 7-Eleven? It says in town. Okay. So when we get to 7-Eleven, first he wanted to snap. But when you see the toys, He want the toys and the snack. I gave his mom some money already, but she didn't want to spend all the money to get toys and snack because he only can have one item. But no, Frankie want both. So at 7-Eleven, Frankie was making the worst fist again. You know, like, ah! You know, Frankie, he's vocal. He had the beautiful voice. I mean, he was like loud, like even bigger than the speakers. And I told him, I said, what's the problem this time? Auntie, he wanted first he said he want us to take him to 7-Eleven for candies. But now he see the toys, he want the toys also. I said, well, that's the problem with you there, because you let him have his way every time. So no, just have him get his candy like he said he want, and then no toys. I mean, so his mom have to drag him out of 7-Eleven onto the car. This time she went to sit behind in the trunk. Okay, because in Thailand, funny because people can ride in the trunk with the babies. When you're pregnant, when you have a child, you can ride in the trunk. So no one stopped you. So we speeding out of there, and Frankie was crying. I mean, and then we have to go to get to the different shop for different thing that I need. So Frankie didn't stop crying. He didn't stop crying. He kept crying. He cried so hard. He exhausted himself. He threw up on his mom a few times, and no, I mean, Frankie didn't quit. He went on and on and on. So his mom, I told her to bring him back inside the truck. I said no, because he's irritating. I said it's safer. Just bring him in. I don't care. He can cry. He cried himself. He exhausted himself. He threw up a few times. So his grandma went and tried to comfort him. I think his grandma, my cousin is the one that spoiled him because. So that was the worst experience with Frankie, with 7-Eleven. Because there's no 7-Eleven before when I left Thailand. Now they have 7-Eleven to, like, yeah, whatever American have, Thai kid have. Amazing. So then, so there's another incident at the village. There's a little shop. So it just a little shop with commodities, and it just emergency type of shop, you know, just like 7-Eleven, but there's no it was no gas. 7-Eleven, they have gas stations like we do here. So Frankie came to visit with me. He's only about a block down from my house, so his mom walk him, or sometimes they ride on bicycle or on the they ride on the motorcycle to get to. So his mom visit with me regularly. So Frankie wanted something from the neighborhood store. So his mom said, okay, well, go get what you need. Put on credit. I said, oh, what? Yeah, auntie, you know, they know Frankie, so if Frankie needs something, he go over there, he grab what he need, and then they'll put on credit for him. I said, are you sure that's a great idea for a 3-year-old to already make debt? Yes, okay, auntie. People know him because he'll go grab whatever he needs, and then when I have money, I just go pay the shop owner. I'm like, okay. So that was crazy for little Frankie. So then I have to talk to his grandma and talk to his mom. Said, look, I don't want to get business in your parenting here, but your parenting is failing. So, and my mom said that. My mom irritated the most because, you know, she's strict with the kids. Even my grandkids here, my mom would be irritated. So Yeah, so Frankie went over to the neighborhood shop and then he brought himself with all kind of candies on credit. So I said, so I talked to the mom and mom said, yeah, you know, I don't have money, so that's what we do. So my little cousin does not work. She's stay home mom. Neither the father of the child works. So her mom worked. She worked at the chicken factory. So her mom would give her allowance for Frankie. Very, very loving mom, loving grandma. I think that's how she spoiled little Frankie. Someone told me that the grandmother is the one that spoiled Frankie because that's their first grandchild. Now they're with twin and Frankie. The twin was just born. I think they're about 7-8 months now. And then I said the boy that looked almost like Frankie. Yeah. So. Yeah, that was experience with little Frankie. So in Thailand, they're pretty civilized, you know what I mean? What Americans have, they have it too. They have good medical system. They have good medical care systems where the government give them a Medi-Cal or Medicaid card so they can go to the clinic. Very affordable, you know, which is a little different in Cambodia. Those in Cambodia, they in some part where they have access to the government assistance, then they get assistance. But they're not allowed to say anything. In Cambodia, people are not allowed to complain about the government. They get persecuted if they talk about the government. So even they want to tell me that things shitty in Cambodia, they won't say it. They would say, oh yeah, everything's fine, everything's great. So how everything's fine and great when I heard news about things going on here and no one wanted to say anything. So I just leave it like that. Okay, so I said, if everything is fine and dandy, then you guys all good then. So I don't have concern. You know, who to judge? I mean, after the genocide, people trying to pick up and move on with their life, you know, and that's all they know. Whether corrupt governments or respectable government, they had no choice. They're not like us in America where we can protest, we can do defamation on Trumps and no one can prosecute you. In Cambodia, you cannot do that. You cannot deform the government. You'll be disappeared. You get fed to their you'll be fed to their alligators. So that's all I'm saying. Consider a democratic country, and people get missing, get killed all the time for talking. And that's why people take liberal up, talking crazy about Trumps and never get prosecuted. Not in Thailand, you cannot defame the king, the royal family, the government. Same thing in Cambodia. You cannot defame all those authoritarian people. You have to bow to theirs. You have to bow to them. Hey, look, I'm almost got a bowl full. So these will give me, allow me to have the whole year supply, and it's gonna have this much to go. Oh Lord. That's why I have to tell you guys story, otherwise I'll be bored to death. I'll be falling asleep. But my visit to Cambodia was nice. You know, I was able to visit a few monastery and monuments, and my first time visiting Angkor Wat. because even my mom was born in Cambodia. She have not even been to Angkor Wat yet, because in the day where we'll get to Angkor Wat, it will be on a horse oxen cart that will take days to get there, because it take about 4 hours driving from my aunt house. So that's on National Highway. If you were to go on oxen cart, that would take days to get there. You know, I mean, that was like, the speeding is about 120 miles per hour, and you have 4 or 5 hour drive and about 120 miles per hour, then that's a big distance. So it take about 8 hours to get to Phnom Penh from Battambang. So, but I had a great time visiting the monastery, the monument. I went with my cousin, and it was issued at the ticket office with my family, because the ticket will be free if you can demonstrate that you are Cambodian nationality. You know me, I speak the language fluently, and I speak Thai too. But my uncle and his wife and my aunt, who didn't speak any Cambodian, and the gate person wanted them to pay for the entrance. But my family said, no, we don't want to pay for the entrance because my family are Cambodian. Well, then if you're Cambodian, then speak something Cambodian, because they can demonstrate that they can speak Cambodian. So they didn't have entry permit to go into the inside the Angkor Wat. So I'm the only one, and my little cousin went in, and we don't have to pay for it because we have that rite of passage. We just went in, and it was not crowded that day that we went. It was nice. So I went and took a whole bunch of videos and photos, and just reminding me that I make it to Angkor Wat. So while I was up on the high chamber, because Angkor Wat had layer of chambers, first floor, second floor, third floor, and there was where the high chamber where you have to climb on that steep staircases. So while I was up there, my cousin, reluctant to let me know what's going on with the family who's waiting outside the compound. So when we were done just touring one part of the temple, my cousin said, "Oh, Auntie, we need to leave because our family is in trouble." I said, "What kind of problems we have?" So she told me that so they got in trouble with the ticket sale people because they were rude, and then my family was also being belligerent. So they were fighting, and then they called all and then the stable came, the sheriff came, because neither party wanted to give in. They wanted to have confrontation. So I said, if I do all that, if you guys want to get in, the ticket used to be about $10, but last year it went up to $36. That was a lot for Cambodian ticket to go inside Angkor Wat. I think somebody sold the temple, and they want to make the money back. There's no reason for have to pay that much money to see a monument. I never knew that. inside the temple you have to pay for. You know how much money they're making a day? I mean, maybe thousand of visitors a day. And it's $36 per person. For the native, it's free. For the foreigner, it's $36. And if you multiply that with 5,000, 10,000, or 20,000 people per day, you know how much money they're making there? Yeah, my cousin was pretty angry with the ticket sale people. I said, why fighting? If you guys want to go in, all they know you don't want to pay for it, I'll pay for it. There's about 20 of them that went that day. Only 3 people that need to pay for was my uncle, his wife, and my other aunt who are Thai citizen. Other than that, none of them have to pay for it. But then for some reason they like to get into quarrels. And then the ticket sale people were rude. So that was experience that my family experienced. But they said that, no, don't worry. We've been here many times. We came because of you, because we wanted to spend time with you inside the Angkor. And now we can't go in, but they were saying that they were glad that I was able to go in by myself. I'm like, yeah, it would have been fun. But then since you guys decided to stay and cause all this issue out here, I could have paid for my uncles and my aunt, and you guys don't have to worry about it. But they told me to go ahead and go in first, and to take care of the ticket, and you guys causing all this commotion. So yeah, we don't like the way we being treated. So okay. It was a waste of trip then. So the experience being at the temple was amazing, you know, to walk on the footstep of the forefathers, you know, when this was built, and the king and queen used to walk there with their court, you know, with their entourage and all the golden hairdresses and big dresses and all that majestic power and powerful people in the day. But the carving on the wall was amazing, you know, I mean, all the carving of their god and goddesses is like amazing. And I took about a few thousand of photos and a few hundreds of videos. I transfer them into the external drive. I probably have to bring them out and show it to you guys. That was a great experience. And I would invite you to visit Cambodia. You know, I mean, it's a great country, but Cambodia is just like any country. If you visit Cambodia, don't think that all smiling, all the friendly gestures does not have issue. They do have same issue, just like in Mexico, just like in Abu Dhabi's, and any country would have sort of problems, you know. I mean, you have to be careful with your personal belongings, especially your passport, your money, and your credit cards, and save it tight, because you never know, you know. I mean, Cambodian now accustomed to be around tours and people from another country. They expose more to people from the tourists. So just be careful and enjoy, and you know, protect your belonging good, and don't think is that Cambodia doesn't have robberies, doesn't have robbers, doesn't have bad people. They do, you know, they're bad people everywhere. Don't think that Cambodia is all that innocent. It's not. In Thailand too, you know, I mean, any country they have those what you call those vigilant, you know, I mean, robbers and solicitors, bakers, shoplifter. I never know any country that does not have those people. You know, I mean, crimes is everywhere in any country, and I believe that. So that's why when I travel, I make sure that I get my proper vaccination, which country entered. Make sure that you talk to the traveling clinic or CDC, and sometimes they be exaggerating, but it's better to be protected than guessing. You know, you never know, because I'm glad that I did all kind of vaccination. I need to travel to Thailand and Cambodia. With the mosquitoes, with the flies, with the malaria and yellow fevers and typhoid fever and all that. Those are the things that can really make you sick, and especially eating food and drink that you're not accustomed to. And for me, I didn't get sick at all because I was extra careful. I make sure that the food are prepared at home, that's clean. If I eat out, make sure that my food are hot food, not cold food. And I don't drink ice. When I order my drink, make sure that's in the can, no ice. If I order my bottle, make sure it's not open. It's just extra cautious, you know what I mean? Just nothing go wrong with being extra cautious. So that's how you enjoy yourself when you travel to another country, especially the land that you're not familiar with. And people who visit Phuket, Pattaya, you know, all the sea coast, I'm okay with that. I'm not very fond of coastline. It reminds me of that horrific tsunamis. I never want to be around water too long, especially the sea coast that have potential tsunami. There's a lot of scary thing going on right now. Might be another tsunami soon. I won't be near the beach anywhere at all. I won't be. You know, I can't swim, so I'm saying. It's just that fear, you know. I know sometimes the fear will take the fun out of you, but I just follow my guts. What guts tell me, normally not wrong. You know, 1 month in Thailand, no, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in 2 weeks in Thailand, 1 week in Cambodia, that was enough. And then I went to a few of the temple. One of the temple is called not Bayon. It's not Bayon. Can't remember the top of my head. But anyway, that temple we have to take by foot like 350 step flight. And I wanted to go up on the top where the monasteries are, the ruin, old ruin, Phnom Banon. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful monument on the top of the mountain. To get there, you have to. There's no shortcut. There's no escalator. To get up there, you have to climb the step. There's about 350 steps to get up there. So, my cousin and I and the 2 little kids decided to go. The rest of the family, my uncle didn't want to go up. My aunt didn't want to go up. No one wanted to go up. There was like 15 other people didn't want to go up. So only 4 people that went up. My older cousin, my baby cousin, and myself. So we took the flight on the staircase. All of a sudden, this charming young lady, yeah, hello Ming, greeted you like the sweetest word in Khmer. So she was like all loving, and she started fanning, because it's hot now. I was sweating, and she know that it's hot she know that we're not from Cambodia. They can tell by the color of your skin, um, by the way you dress also. So this young lady know that I'm a foreigner, so she came over with her young friend. So first they just smiling at me, and then they started fanning. I'm like, at first I look at them that I'm not a fan, I'm okay. But then no, they keep following me, start fanning me, and then I took about a 30 of the staircase, and he said, yeah, Ming, auntie, you can take a rest now. You can stand right there. I can take picture for you, we'll fan for you, and I'll tell you a little bit about the history of this monument and how many stair flight that you have to take to get up to the top where the Buddhist statues, and where all the area where the like the sacred area, you will see the Buddha, you see with the worship area, and you see the ruins and that stuff. But to get there, you have to relax right now because we have a long way to go. She was talkative. She was a tour guide. She's so used to it. So I figured that she's a little tour guide. So funny because the young men also, they all fan me. Said, well, you don't need to fan me. Said, no, you need to fan me because you're gonna faint. Get up there, you're gonna. But first, you need to take some rest right now because we have a long way to get up there. I have some water, even it was really sweet. And she started telling me about the story, the history of the monument. It was nice, the little girl. She appeared to be about, I think she's about 10, a little bit older than my granddaughter, but she was a lot mature. Anyway, so yeah, so she told me that, okay, stand right there, we take picture for you, and then she said, I'll videotape for you, this is what you need to say. She even guide me how to say on my video. I'm like, I'm doing content all my life, and here I am being conducted by the 10 years old. I think she knows so much. She did, she knew a lot. I have to give it to her. She knew the history. So she's pretty smart, and she's really, she spoke well. And the young man didn't speak very much. He's the one that fanning, she's the one to do all the talking, explanation, and narration. So I was, I was impressed with her, and then we went up on the top. Finally, we got to the top, and she showed me that, oh, you go in here where you can pay respect to the Buddha, and then we're gonna go around on the top of this hill here, and I'll tell you the history of it. And we spent about an hour on the top of the monument. It's beautiful. It said, oh, if you look to your left, this is Stung Sung Kai, the famous river called Stung Sung Kai. Stung Sung Kai is one of these huge rivers that run through many provinces that deliver the water to the farmers. So I heard about it in a song, and I never knew, it's close to Stung Sung Kai. So I was impressed with her knowledge in the geographic knowledge. So I was impressed with her, and she said, yeah, if you look closer, if you look into this distance, focusing where on the bottom, you will see the water is flowing, and that's Stung Sung Kai. This is where Sinsi Simut, the songwriter, the artist, and the singer, the songwriters describe the Stung Sung Kai, the history of Stung Sung Kai. I heard so much about it on the music that was written about it. And now I was like looking at Stung Sung Kai about a mile away and on the top of the hills, and this little girl was telling me all about it. I'm like, dang, this girl, I'll take her home with me, So, and then she'd be telling me about the monument that's falling apart because it's been hundreds of years, and how it was built, and the history of it was interesting, for the little girl to understood that much of history. And I'm impressed, for a young scholar, I'm impressed with her. She could have done, no one could have done better than her. So then we spent some moment there. She took some pictures, took some videos of me, and now that she get personal with me, she know that what I like, so she's trying to pleases me, because that's how they make the money anyway, as a tour guide. And so on the way back, he said, "Oh, there's a shortcut." So, why there was no shortcut when we came up here? So, well, it's not possible to come shortcut upstairs, save for going through the stairway. So well, there's no shortcut. If it's shortcut down, it should be shortcut up. But just it's just the impression. Just to get the impression of the staircase is I think that's what matters. Is not about having access to a shortcut. What a shortcut is it's a trail. It's no stairway. You cannot climb through. You have to slide down. You have to be careful because it's not even safe to climb down, because there's nothing to hold on to it. There's no stair flight. It's just like a hiking trail, but then we're going down slope. So like you're just going down slope, and like you just gonna avalanche rolling down the hill. So she said, "Well, be careful, okay? Don't fall, because if you fall, the only place you land was be on the bottom of this little hill here." I was like, "Okay, so let's hold on to me then." So it was windy. The wind started to ascend it, and the wind getting harder and harder, and that's why we have to leave. And going down the staircase with the wind coming, it was a scary experience, because the monsoon was supposed to deliver it. So before the monsoon come, it's a big wind. It's a storm that bring all that rain. So before we got into the last flight, we were about 30 flight down. We finally, that little shortcut lead to like the last 30 stair flight. So she led me back to the stair flight, and she said, "Well, stand right here. This is what we're gonna do, okay? I'm gonna do a short video of you. This is what you're gonna be saying," and took pictures of her, and I gave a good tip. She was happy, and she said, "Well, would you come back next time? Can you call on me?" So, well, if you're still here, but should you be in school? So, well, I'm in school in the morning, but I'm out here doing this in the afternoon, so I can support my family. So I was impressed. A little girl that can earn a living by be tour guide. Just like a lot of young kids will do that, because then they learn languages. That's how they started conversing in different languages. I heard that one young man, he speaks 10-15 languages just doing tour guide, to French, to Germany, German, to Thai, to American, to British. So day in, day out with the tour, they learn basic conversation, which is excellent. So I gave them both good tips. I'm generous when it comes to supporting young people, so they were happy, and took photo of her, and took photo of us. Actually, I think I got her on YouTube too. I posted her on YouTube. And then another occasion where I was at the reservoir called Westbury. This is a huge reservoir that nearby the Uncle Wat. There's a huge reservoir. It's a beautiful sand beach, and there was little bungalows, the little bamboo thatch, right along the coast, But we have to take like really straight, steep hills to get the ups and downs with that scary looking staircase. It's not even a staircase. It's like somebody footmark with a little rail, and I'm about to fall off. So we got to the little thatch where the food is served. You know, the food is up on the top of the street, but they bring it down. You see the waiter and waitress coming down that steep staircase. They got so used to it, they don't even have to hold on to like we do. We hold on to to dear life. But for them to bring food, they got their food in both hands. They're walking like they're so comfortable with it. So so it was nice because there's hammocks everywhere, and people were relaxing and order food and drink and enjoy the scenery being on hammock. Or you get down, climb down to the beach area and swim or enjoy. And the food was not too bad. You know, there was about 15-20 of us, and I think it cost me about $80 to feed the family. And that was because the menu was expensive menu. So funny because my family expect me to pay for everything. So they do all the food ordering, and you know me, I'm picky about food, so I didn't eat as much, so I don't want to get sick. But I order fruits and have it washed good, and I'll eat them. Especially the mangoes, where I can peel it. So the rest of the food I didn't care for. So after they're done, everybody walk off. You know, they didn't want to pay for the bill. So I'm like, okay, I understand. So I just take the rain check and take care of it. And that's the thing about Cambodia is that people think is that when you visited them, they expect you to be generous with them. And I was generous with them. You know, I spent a lot of money feeding them and buying food at home also. Almost like $100 a day spending over there, you know, feeding the family. That was a lot. Over here, $100, I can feed my family for a couple of days, a few days at least, you know. Over there, like $100 a day in Cambodia, like dang, who make that kind of money here? Now that's why I never wanted to be around that many people and have to pay and be receptive to everything, you know, because they expect you to pay for the kindness, for the company. That's what I learned, you know. I mean, you can be generous, but I also have to be mindful, though I'm in their home. I don't mind paying for my safety, you know. I know what they expect me to do, so I do that. So that way, they will take care of me. You know, I don't want anything to happen when I'm there. You know, it sounds crazy, they're family, but then I don't trust anybody, even family. Because they're all different now, you know, they're not the same family member that you have years ago. Now, it's all about how much money they can expect you to give them, you know. And my friend Jenda, she just left from Cambodia too. She left about 2 weeks ago. She was telling me too, you know, that she was talking to her family, and the Jenda, she take food from here. She will take beef and the thing that we eat here to Cambodia, because beef in Cambodia is not tender, and I think they slaughter old cow, and the meat is always tough. So Jenda would freeze dry all her meat and take it to Cambodia for the time that she's there. So before she left, she called me up and said, "Ambong, I'm leaving, okay? I won't be seeing you until I return home." She was telling me that she was upset with her family because she was telling her family that she was bringing a lot of stuff for gift and for the family, but I said, "Oh, you don't need to bring anything, just bring cash." So that's enough to upset her. Don't bring anything, bring yourself and cash, okay? Sounds good to me. Just bring yourself and cash. Oh yeah, go back to the sarong. I have to finish telling you the story about the sarong. So it was, as usual, it was too hot. So I wear my sarong, I wrap with a blouse on, and I do that every day to keep me cooler, because wearing denim, because I don't like wearing short. I'm not a short wearing person, so I wear sarong instead. So when I end up in the hospital with my mom, my cousin said, he called me mean. Can you go change the pant to pant, please? Because you're wearing, I don't want you to go to the hospital with the sarong on. I said, no, I'm gonna go with the sarong on. I said, no, you cannot wear sarong to the hospital. I said, what is the problem with me wearing sarong to the hospital? I said, no one wears sarong anymore. I said, what? No one wears sarong anymore, but I do. I'm Cambodian, I'm not Vietnamese. You guys dress like Vietnamese, because Vietnamese wearing two-pieces pajamas. Now my cousin told me that, yeah, it was easier because wearing sarong, you know, it can come off anytime. Or wearing pants, you don't have to worry about it falling off. I said, well, wear a belt then. I have beautiful belt. So it's not gonna come on. It's not gonna come off, even the wind or storm. Okay. So I have myself a very fancy, real silver belt. I'm proud of it. So I'm wearing my sarong with it. So my cousin prompted me 3 times that you have to go change to the pants, because I'm not going with you wearing sarong. I have my sarong on. I'm comfortable. I said, nope. Let's get in the car. Let's go now. And he was unhappy with me. I don't care. You know, he said, I'm not Vietnamese. I'm wearing sarong. Sarong is Cambodian clothes, so I don't know why I cannot wear sarong to the hospital. So he said, you can wear at home, but you cannot wear it to the hospital. But that's not true. I wear it to the market. Yeah, people are looking at you weird. Yeah, you can look at me all they want. So the next day when I went back to the market, I wear sarong to the market every day, right? People will look at me for sure. And then, so one day I went back over there, and the lady at the money exchange, she's a fair looking lady. She would say, Bong Sray. He said, sister, you look so good in sarong. You're the first woman wear sarong to the market. I said, oh, really? Yeah. He said, I like it. No one wears sarong anymore, but the way you wear yours, you look so cute. Oh, yeah, thanks a lot. So I said, yeah, you know, embrace your own cultures, because the Vietnamese are moving in doesn't mean the Vietnamese taking over. You know, I know that a lot of Vietnamese people migrate to Cambodia, and they had such an influence on Cambodian living and even clothing, you know. So it's that in America, we wear sarong for good. We wear sarong for party. You know, there's a sarong party that they held. The women will wear sarong with to the party. And yeah, there's a party dedicated for sarong wearing people. So I don't know why my people have forgotten sarong, because my woman wears sarong all their life. So I don't understand why sarong is not being worn anymore. Yeah, they said that we don't wear sarong anymore. We change. Okay, I see. Why am I living 10,000 miles away, 300,000 miles away, and I didn't change? Explain that to me. Make it make sense. So they just shake your head. Okay, auntie, do what you want to do. I will do what I want to do. You don't need to tell me. I'm wearing sarong, and that's that. You don't want to take me, then I'll find myself another ride. I said, no, we'll take you, but it's okay. So I went to the general hospital in Battambang. It was one of the nice hospital, and yeah, I walked in with my sarong. You know, I greeted everybody in Cambodian, and everybody looked at me like, you know, they give you that look like, what is she doing? Because sarong, it signify a woman of inferior societies. In other words, a farmer daughter, because farmer only can afford sarong, right? So wearing sarong is signify as you being a daughter of farmers. I mean, a farmer daughter. So, and that's why people don't wear sarong anymore. I said, okay, well, my dad was a farmer, but we don't have land anymore. So I guess if I'm the daughter of a farmer, I'm cool with that, you know. So then I went to the window, checked my mom in, admit my mom, and then and the clerk asked, well, we need your address. So I gave them address, my home address in America. He said, well, we can't read English. Well, all right, so let's get an address of my family here then. So when they found out that I am from America wearing sarong, people look at me differently, you know, because they know that I'm going to pay for the service. And the service is pretty expensive too. So yeah, so see, I tell my family that it's not bad. See, I can wear sarong to the hospital. If anybody dare to tell me that I'm not allowed to step in the establishment because I'm wearing sarong, they're gonna have war with me. I'm Cambodian, you know. Cambodian wears sarong. That's all right. Don't be telling me what I can wear and I cannot wear. I'll wear what I want to wear. Say, yeah, only American can talk that way. Say, no, it's not about American can talk that way. You can talk that way too. If you want to wear sarong, wear sarong. Just don't let people take away your value. Because you gotta let people take away your values. And that's why you stop doing things and wear certain things that are typically yours. I wear sarong in America. I wear sarong to the mall. I don't care. If people stare at me, that's their problem. That was my overall experience, okay, in Cambodia. It was okay. I had a great time. But it's so costly though, you know. But I want to spend time with my family. That's why I didn't stay over at the hotel, because I wanted to spend that short time that I have with them. Because I haven't seen them for years since I left Cambodia. I visited with them briefly in 2007. That was just briefly. I didn't go to the village. I didn't stay with them. I just make it a point to meet them at the border, and I went in and spoke to them and give them some money and send them home. And that was it. It was the first time that I physically went to stay with them at their place, their house. Because my mom wanted to be with her sister. Well, let me see. I want to finish this or not, because I'm getting tired. My hand is. I'm not tired, but my hand is. So how many of you have been to Cambodia? TikTok fan? YouTube fan? Have you been to Cambodia? What do you do in Cambodia if you visit Cambodia? But in Thailand, I visited a few places also, but because of the time consuming, and because I wanted to spend time with my family, so I didn't really go anywhere. Especially my mom, she didn't want to go anywhere. She claimed that she was in pain, so I'm the only one that really got to see places. My mom, she just wanted to stay with her family, with her brother. But I was glad that I was able to take my mom to see her sister before she passed. So with my mom's siblings, it's sad because her older sister lived in Cambodia, now had passed. Her younger brother's in Thailand, and my mom here in America. So we have three siblings in 3 different countries. But in Cambodia, my uncle is able to visit with family. Just this short trip. But none of my family had come to America to visit yet. He said that's too expensive. They cannot afford the flight. And it's true, you know. Even the ticket for us is sometimes it's not affordable. Imagine that they have to like sell all the farm to be able to get a plane ticket to come to America. I have not bring any family member to visit either. I told my uncle that's what I want to do. I want to bring my little cousin here. If she I want to sponsor her here, but she has not decided yet. But my uncle, I'm proud of my uncle though. He won the election, his 4th term with the Senate. So he oversees the district. He was the governor for the district. So he's like the first elected Cambodian official. But I don't think they know that my uncle is Cambodian. No one knew about it. When my grandma took him back to their hometown, and my uncle's already got the citizenship, so I don't think people know that my uncle is Cambodian. And with the thing that's going on with Thai and Cambodia, it'd be interesting. But my uncle, he's a sworn officer to serve in the Senate in Thailand. So he's a trustworthy people. He won 4th election, so meaning that he really doing a good job as the governor in the district. And I can see though, when I was there, you know, people had great respect for him. Yeah, this is why kids don't like to do this. Then we don't like do this, Mom. Can you do it, please? Of course. Take me 3-4 hours just to do this dicing. It's not fun at all. Break the fiber so that way it's easier to dice. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to finish this up, all the dicing. And then tomorrow, when I can come back for the second episode where I will show you how to combine all this and mix it into the spicy paste. Because I still have this much to go, and I'm sure that you'll be tired watching. Okay, and I still have the galangals to dice also. Okay. The galangal is easy, so we just do the same thing. We just same dicing. So I'm just gonna separate it. So when I mix it, I just put an equal portion. That way, it's well blended. I have to wash this too. It's in the freezer. It's from the freezer, but I just want to make sure that it's clean really well. And then I still have the kaffir leaf that I need to chop also, and the peppers. So this is the they call it chili pot. This is where Spanish people or Latino people or Spanish people make Mexican people make their enchilada sauce with. Just that textures, the color, the textures, and the flavor. So I have a lot to go. I have a long way to go. My hand is tired. I need to go stretch, and I'm probably gonna come back and finish it later on today. Just the dicing this. Okay, so look at that. This is a big bowl, okay? I mean, there's a lot. So when this is blend, it's gonna blend down, and I have plenty of paste for my cooking for the rest of the year. So when I need to cook something to demonstrate for you guys, and I will have this paste already, and then I have plenty. I will send to the kids in East Coast. That way they can have their cooking paste supplies also. Because I'm not doing it just for me. I'm doing this for the kids also. They're always happy, especially my son, when I send a few pounds of this to them, and they're like, yay, now we can cook more Cambodian food, you know. All right, so thank you for watching now. I'm gonna finish up this, okay? And then I'm gonna clean this really good, and this is easy. It's not like that, okay? This is easy. The galangal is easy. I'm gonna dice it down to that side also, okay? And tomorrow we will blend this together. It'll be a while, but I'll do some blending. I'm not gonna do all the blending because it's gonna take a while, and I have to take a break if I blend too long, and the blender will get too hot and it might burn. So sometimes I would just do about an hour blending, and then I would quit and come back and finish the rest. And then I'll ziplock this and freeze it until we need it. All right, so I know, you know, Cambodian cooking is never easy. No one said it easy. If it's easy, everybody want to cook, see? Especially the young generation now. They don't want to do this paste. All they want to do is stir fry. That's why I do a lot of stir fry demonstration for young people, you know what I mean? To encourage them to eat a lot of vegetable, then show them different way to cook their vegetable. I mean, different vegetable that we can stir fry with. My kids do the same way. You know, when they don't have time, they come home, they're hungry, they do stir fry. So stir fry is like efficient. It's almost like you have hamburger helper, you know. But this is complex. This is complex hamburger helper here. It's, look at how many times, how many hours already. I'm not even halfway done. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I'm going to finish dicing the lemongrass. I'll take a big break. Wash and clean the galangal and dice the galangas and refrigerate it until tomorrow. We'll come back and I'll show you how to mix the paste. Okay. Typically we do with the mortar, but then I don't have the right kind of mortar to do that. The mortar I have here is not made to make this kind of massive preparation here. Okay, it will need like a blender to do this quick. If I were to do this manually, it'll take me 2 days to do that, or even the whole day. I'll be exhausted. I have to replenish my energy. Got 4 kinds of fruits in here. I have 1 apple, 1 mango, 1 peach, and a big piece of watermelon. I have to recharge my energy. Take a lot of my energy doing that. I have a big bowl. I was eating it earlier. I love fruits. I can eat 4 or 5 kinds of fruits, blending together. A fruit grocery bill is higher than the meat. Especially when I have to do my content. That's why you see me do, you know, when I cook dinner, lunch or dinner or breakfast for my kid, I would do my content also. You know. That help cut down the grocery bills. If I were to do this cooking show separately, that would be about 3 times as much. So if I incorporate my family meals and cook for my content, it has been working good for me. And that's why you see that I cook big serving, because I'm cooking for my family. For typical cooking show, they do 1 serving. You're done. But for me, I do for family. So that's why I cannot do like, you know, I take time for me to prepare a whole meal for my kids or my grandkids. So, and that's a different, because I'm cooking for the family. I'm not just cooking for the show. So, and because majority of you have family, have kids, and I know some of you are single person, you don't want to cook, and it's understandable. You know, and just modify the serving and just divide it out the ingredients, and you'll be fine. If you have the concept of cooking, how to cook certain thing already, and you just figure out how much you need. I mean, you don't have to cook for 8 people like I do, or 10 people like I do. You cook for yourself, then you're good. Just figure it out and do the arithmetic. Simple. So I appreciate you being on here and being on my Buddha pose for a while. I'm okay, I do yoga, so it does not bothers me, but it does bothers me on my shoulder, because I have bad shoulder. I spent 16 years taking care of my dad and lifting him all the time. So, and because I'm a right hand person, and if I over exhausted my right hand, my right arms, I will feel the tense back here. So then I have to relax, take some time off, stretch, so that it doesn't get worse. And that's all I'm doing. Okay. So this cooking right here, that's why my kids always appreciate it, because the time I'm putting in, the amount of work that I putting in, so they always appreciate it. And this is a labor of love, you know what I mean? It needed to get done. If not, then it won't be available when I need it. But when I do this, ready to go, and it's good to serve. So tomorrow I wanted to make, it's called the vegetarian, or not vegetarian, because my family are not vegetarian, but this particular cuisine here, it tastes good even without meat, because it's going to be like a vegetable stew, or the what do you call it, the porridge, the vegetable porridge. Okay, so because I need to cook, because my daughter had brought a lot of fresh vegetables from California, and my fridge is overloaded, and if I don't make something out of it, it's gonna gone bad, and I know how expensive those fruits are, vegetables are. So I needed to do that, so that way they can have a few bowls of those in the next 2 days. My daughter, she loves it. All my daughter love this vegetable porridge here, because it's so many vegetables go in it. In fact, I went and bought myself fresh bamboo shoot. So with the bamboo shoot, then the rest of the vegetable we're gonna be cooking tomorrow. Okay, I might and I think once I'm done cooking, we can blend some of these, or I can blend. No, I want to do cooking first, because I have to get the cooking out of the way to feed my mom, feed the family first. That way I will have time to do other things. Okay, so I needed to stretch my arms, my right arm especially. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow and do yoga in the morning, and to get all of this tension off me. And yoga is the best way to stretch and to help relieve any kind of tension. Okay, so thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you. TikTok, thank you for the heart. Oh, I got a lot of heart today. I have over 15,000 hearts from TikTok. I know somebody's in here giving me heart. Thank you. Could have been my sweetheart, could have been my grandchildren who love just sitting there and just sitting the finger, like robot, just sitting there and send heart. And I don't see them on here because I think they might be on their parent account. But typically, when I'm on, their mom will pass the iPad, and my little Lennox or my little grandkid will always send me the heart. Or either that's my sweetheart will be on there sending me heart and gift also. And my YouTube family, appreciate all of you being on here. No, I didn't cook today. I was busy dicing this lemongrass. I still have this much more to go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this will take me about another 2 hours. And I got this much already, and I have a lot of other ingredients to go. And tomorrow we're gonna come back and finish this. We're gonna grind this and mix this together, and you see the difference between now and between then and now. Okay, and with these I will carefully packaging it and freeze it, and it will last a pretty long time. Sometimes I will have enough for the whole year and don't have to worry about do this individually, you know. But lately that's what I've been doing, because I did this last year. My mom helped because this year my mom didn't help, and my daughter wasn't around to help neither. Typically my daughter and I and my mom, we work together and we get this done in a couple hours. Here today I'm doing all this by myself, and my arm's getting tired and I need to stretch it. You know, that's what I'm doing right here too, stretching it. And yeah, to avoid taking a medication, you gotta know how to stretch. Okay, so this is full. I'm gonna put it in the bag, and I'll refrigerate it until tomorrow. If I don't do it sooner, this will change color. It'll get aggravated. It'll turn brownish because it smells so good. You know, when you smell it, it gives you that energy. You know, like extra energy, and it'd be nice to have a cup of tea made out of this. Okay, if you make tea. If you're gonna make tea, okay, you just get one of this stem, okay, and you break it. So that way, if you pour hot water on it or you boil in the pot, and the flavor of the lemongrass will get released upon heat contact, and then you can have a nice glass of tea out of this. Okay, if you like stronger flavor, then add extra. If you cannot handle it, then just, you know, do what you like, you know. And I might do that also. I might hydrate this to make tea out of it, but mostly I'm doing this for the cooking. You know, we use this for soup, use this for curry, we use this for simple stir-fry, spicy stir-fry meat, fish, or chicken, you know, because we do a lot of spicy dishes, so that's what we need it for. Okay, so thank you for being on here. I'm being on here Buddha pose on the ground, because it's a lot easier to do that on ground. You know, it gives you that energy, give you that extra force. When if I'm on up here, I won't have the kind of force. It'll be uncomfortable. It does not work the way you're on the ground. This is how we do it. You have to get here on the ground. I got my sarong on and my tight pants on. I double deck myself, because it's easy to sit down with sarong, you know. I mean, it's easy. It's polite. So anyway, so you heard a story about the sarong wearing. You heard a story about my experience in Cambodia. So you heard a few stories today that I was telling you the last couple hours I'm on here with you, maybe 3 hours or so. Okay. Anyway, so I'm happy you're here, and I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna make the vegetable porridge together. I'll show you how it's done and what kind of vegetable will be good for, and hopefully that you will try it out. Okay, I will take a big break. I'll come back on here and finish the rest later today. All right, and tomorrow we'll come back, we convene, and I will combine and comprise, mix this together, ziplock it, store it away, and still we need it. Okay, and then before that we're gonna do some cooking together. That'll be fun. Thank you. You guys been great. If you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, because it helped. Okay. Yeah, I'm comfortable like this because I do yoga, so I'm flexible. So I'm cool. I'm cool like this. You know, I do yoga, so this helps with the flexibility and sitting this pose. I'm comfortable. Okay, and until I see you tomorrow, hope you all have good evening. If you are in my zone, if you're out of my zone, and have a good morning or good afternoon. Okay, I'll check back with you tomorrow, and stay safe. And I know that flash flood not only in Houston, not only in Texas, now it's in New Mexico. So let's remember our people, okay, and remember to include them in your prayer and send them some love and comfort. I know, I mean, it affects them, it affects us, you know, I mean, we are related in one way or the other. As human being, we related. As human being, we don't have colors. As human being, we don't have languages, disparities. We all children of God, and put it that way. Okay? And, let's pray for those who are distressed, those who lost their loved ones. Pray for those who are mourning. Pray for those who lost their home, their land, their pets, husband, wife, kids, parents, and family members. I know how it's like to lose all that, because I lost all that too. Living in Cambodia, living genocide world, I lost all that too. Okay, so this point in time where we have to start things all over. That setback does require a lot of energy, a lot of willpowers, a lot of determinations. And this is how I see things. As long as we still alive, okay, some of the stuff that we lost is replaceable. If it's not replaceable, then do what you can. Okay? If you have to move in with family, do. If you have to move in with the kids, do. If you have to move in with people from church, do. Always seek out for support. Okay, especially people, the family from the church. I know that the bishop is working diligently to deliver services to the members and to the families who are affected. I know that some churches have really good support systems, especially the bishops and the priesthood holders, and those group of individuals are powerful people. They reach out to do lending hands, and they are the people that can rely on in time of needs. Okay. Wherever you at, if you're in the flooding zone, my love, my prayer, and my condolences sent to those who lost their family members, and know that everything can be replaceable. Life is not replaceable, but the reality is that we have to move on with or without. Okay, so just things will get better. Remember, I I've been there also a long time ago. I'm not saying that in a selfish way, but just remember that we have gone through certain adversity at one point in our life. As for me and my family, we lost everything when we came to this country, bare hand. We really start over from ground zero with the language, with the incarcerations and transitions. And before I'm able to sit here in front of you and saying all these, I have to gone through a whole lot as well. Coming from a war-torn country, losing all that we have is no different than losing it to the flood, the natural catastrophe. Same thing. It take everything that we have. So just know that God does not give us more than we can handle. Okay. Just remember that. It's okay to pray, it's okay to cry, it's okay to ask for help. Right? Sending love and prayer to those who in distress, for those who are affected by tornadoes, storm, flood, anywhere in the world. I'll come on back tomorrow and we'll do this together, okay? I'll let you be. I'll see you tomorrow.